Good morning, everybody. Melissa here. It is Monday. Usually I am not off on Mondays, but today I am because the other caregiver that I work with, she needed to switch a day with me. So here I am. And to be honest with you, haven't really been feeling very energized or motivated lately, but something wanted me to come on and talk to y'all about something that I've been researching over the past month or so, I guess you could say. So I wanted to get a little more info about it before I started talking about it, and it is the fact that we are all full of parasites. And I don't mean just like if you're with somebody or friends or people around you that could be energetic parasites. I mean like actual worms, parasites. Now, I got curious and I joined a Facebook group about this. And I heard a doctor talk about how cancer is a parasite sac, like the actual tumor. And our body is doing its job by making this sac, by keeping it in one spot, right? And then, the doctors can go in and remove it through surgery. But the problem with that is sometimes they don't get it all, or there might be smaller sacs around it. There could be complications. So what do we do from there? We go into God's green earth and I started researching about oils. Now, I started taking oregano oil with black seed oil several months ago. And I'll tell you something. It discarded and removed things from my body that I never thought I would see. But my bloating went down. My stomach felt a million times better. So I'm like, okay, there must be something with this. So these are some oils, wormwood, clove. But the problem is when we use these oils that will help eliminate these parasites, we have to use what's called a binder. Now, I didn't understand any of this at first, but now I do. So when you are actually releasing these parasites from your digestive system, through your stool, and if you want, you could go digging in there. And that's what's so funny is that this is what intrigued me. A lot of those videos on Facebook, people were actually diving in and, going into their feces and pulling out liver flukes and roundworms. I mean, the list is endless. And I've always loved microbiology. Like in college, I loved it. Was so intrigued by it. But, us being an energetic organism, we, our Earth is energetic. It's full of parasites, right? Good ones, bad ones, ticks, fleas, even microscopic ones, things that we can't see with the naked eye. I mean, it's unbelievable. There's a whole invisible world out there. But with this said, our government, obviously, wouldn't it be great if there was a cure to cancer? Well, they're not going to give you that, because then can you imagine if everybody's cancer was cured, how many people there would be? There's, an underlying agenda of keeping population control and keeping people at bay. So we can't be doing that. We can't be giving this out. But now that we are entering this new age, we are having a huge shift happening on our planet. And a lot of people aren't aware of it because everybody is completely numbed out with the phones, with the electronic devices. I, have a couple kids. One of my daughters, well, both of them, I guess you could say my younger ones. It's so discouraging to see, because it's like, people become disconnected with the self. Nobody knows how to sit with the self anymore in silence and listen to what the body really wants and needs. And it's something that we need to get back to. And I'm so happy to see on a lot of stuff that I follow, obviously, with my algorithm. I've reels and videos talking more and more about how we are full of parasites and parasite detoxes. Oh my God, that guy's bike was so weird. And it was really loud. Do you see what I'm saying? Anyways, like I told you in other videos, I love grounding. I've been grounding for years now. When I had my awakening back in 2020 after COVID, and I really started seeing things for what they're worth. And so back to this whole parasite detox, you have to have a binder. And what the binder does, it binds the actual toxins that are coming out, releasing into your system as these oils are doing their job, right? So now when these oils are going in and they're killing these parasites, the parasites are going to start to release, their own feces and urine and toxic chemicals that are going to start being released from their system after they die, right? Now, some organisms, if they're flushed out in a certain way, can come out alive, but most of the time they come out dead. But with that said, that's what the binder does, is it binds all those toxic, so that you don't get, because you could actually do there's so many levels, okay, of parasite detoxes. And when you get into the like the nitty gritty, the real, like, let's get out everything, right? I want to just totally cleanse my system. And I guess you could say it's not just in your digestive system, because like I said, if you have these parasite sacs that are what we call tumors, then we have to get rid of those. I know that with a lot of autoimmune disorders and diseases, that you could use these natural herbs and oils. God put everything on our green earth here that we need in order to heal ourselves, and we've gotten away from, we've dove into this Western medicine, and we're lied to. I mean, come on, every other commercial is a freaking pharmaceutical commercial. I mean, come on, if you can't see what they're doing, how they're just, it's sickening. They don't want to help us, they don't want to cure us, they just want to band-aid us. They just want to band-aid us and keep us pumped full of medicine so they can keep making their money. And it's become a very sick, sad world. And our world is actually alive. Our planet is actually alive. I mean, look at grass, soil, trees. We need all of this to live. So why do we treat it the way we do? And I don't just mean littering and also learning about raking leaves. You're not supposed to rake your leaves. That's another thing that we've taken away from Mother Nature. That's the forest. That's the bedding that falls down before the seasons change. Everything happens for a rhyme and a reason when it comes to the planet. And not only do we affect it physically, but we affect it energetically by the way that we act, by the way that we treat people. The little things that we could do, and just spreading positivity instead of spreading hate and judgment. This is what we need to get back to. And I know I kind of veered off topic. I wanted to just talk real quick, make a quick video, but anyways, I'm just very passionate when it comes to this, and I will be talking more about it. I do want to engage in a full parasite cleanse soon, but I'm trying, like I talked about in my other videos. Right now my mission is saving up money right now so I can get my own place, because I have been I stayed with a friend for a little while. My husband and I separated almost 2 years ago, and so I had to be the one to leave the house. I lived with his parents, and so right now I'm on a mission of trying to save up as much money so I can get a place for me and my kids. I just stepped on something. It's the only bad thing about when you're grounding and you have your shoes off. You got to be careful where you walk and where you step. But yeah, I'm just trying to save up, and I'm choosing to sleep in my car right now because I want to save the money. I don't want to spend the $80, $90, $100 a night that it costs for a room, So, but like I said, I'm going to put a little money aside to get the full parasite detox kit. It's like $150, and I do want to start that. And when I do that one day, I will totally talk about it and how it's helped me, and because I know it will. I mean, but if I wasn't in the situation, my living situation I am right now, I would probably be one of those people taking pictures and posting my group online, because I don't know, I've always been intrigued by how something so small that you could barely see with the naked eye can wreak so much havoc in our systems. And see, that's the thing, is these parasites that are giving us headaches. What do you think happens so if everything's energetic, right? If our bodies are made of energy, if that's why we ground, because we're the same frequency as the earth, okay? So that's the whole point of that. So I don't understand why people think that we were meant to be We don't have canines. We don't have incisors to rip flesh. We were not meant to eat flesh. Okay, we don't even need food to technically survive. If we could do a 40-day fast, if our bodies, if there's actually, you could go to places where you could do a monitored 40-day fast where you just live off of water. Like, why would we need to eat the flesh of another living creature? Oh, but it tastes so good, right? Yeah, but what do you think it's doing to your body? Now, let's take somebody that has eaten, oh, there's butterflies. Sorry, I got distracted. Oh, and the birdie, look at how beautiful. God, I love coming out to the forest. It's just so, look at how beautiful. I mean, look at that. Bumblebee, 2 butterflies, a bird. What do you think a person when, okay, so this is like going back to the Rockefellers and the Freemasons telling us that we have to eat 3 meals a day and this and that. That whole thing is all about control. That's all it is. So when you have a person, let's say that they've eaten meat or pork is horrible, dirty flesh to eat, causing not only does it cause parasites now, okay, and then we're not told about any of this, so we go 80 years of our life eating a certain way, or all of a sudden somebody gets dementia or Parkinson's or gets a horrible illness. This is all contributed. This is all there. Science and studies are finding out now that this is all contributed to parasites and what we eat and what we put in our body. Now, I'm not saying 100% because it's not. We also have the air we breathe. We also have the chemtrails that are being sprayed up above our heads. So now we got that. Now we have all these processed foods. What do you think that's doing to the body? To the energetic being that is light. We are light, people. We are stars. That is where... don't even get me started on the reincarnation loop and just how we're here as people. Like, the moon is part of the reincarnation loop. It's crazy. I've been watching a lot of NDEs.